Welcome back to Racing to Win. We move on to race number 7. This is a really good field coming up here. Features the Derby and Lion Rock Trophy winner. It is the Premier Cup at Group 3 over the 1400 metres. At the top of the book, Mighty Giant is back to his favourite distance of 1400 metres. He is a 6-time winner. Sky Darcy carries an extra £11 on that win in the Lion Rock Trophy. Jolly Benner has his first start since April. Skyfield goes up to the 1400 metres. Gear change, a number 6 Rattan, the blinkers come off. Healthy Happy carries an extra £8 on his narrow second to Sky Darcy. Last time, Not Usual Talent, he's up just £3 on the third behind Sky Darcy. And Healthy Happy, Lucky Patch goes an extra 200 metres and makes his Group 3 debut. Headed across again, Tom, to the touchscreen for this race. And what's it telling us? Because, again, there's a number of horses that do like to go forward.
Yeah, there's actually not a lot of pace in this contest here over the trip of 1400 metres. Sometimes we see Mighty Giant not be the quickest away and takes a little bit of time to get there, but is a horse Paul like Buddy's a potential candidate to lead in this race?
He's led in the past, and I'm sure he'll want a bit of pace on as well. He may be in front of Voyage Warrior. Those two could swap places. Voyage Warrior has led, but I think he's better with a bit of a sit. And Healthy Happy, don't forget, he's a horse who likes to lead in the past as well, but over slightly longer distances, the mile and the 1800 metres. So I think he'll be happy enough to take a sit. Lucky Patch has gone forward in the past as well, and he'll need a bit of luck to try and slot in somewhere as well. We can see him out wide there.
Yeah, Rattan might be a bit closer this time around like he was last time, because he jumped quite well and ended up somewhere just midfield there. Sky Darcy will be followed by Skyfield, but be interested to see who actually takes up the front running here in this particular race.
All right, well, the two Sky horses are in the race and they're both likely going to be right in the market. One's the Derby winner and one is a very promising horse, and the man that puts the polish on both of them is trainer Casper Founds. Last time Sky Darcy, Casper, he got involved in a 2-horse war up the straight. First run since March. Were you concerned that fitness might have given out?
Not really. He's a tough horse, Darcy, and he keeps improving. So, you know, obviously the drop back from the 2000 to the mile was, you know, it's always a little bit of a risk, but the horse was in great form coming into that race, and he got the job done.
Joe had his first sit on him since that race through the week. Did he come back happy?
Yeah, he's happy with him. He's well, obviously now we're bringing him back another furlong. Again, I think that's not an issue. The horse is bright and fresh, and you know, hopefully he'll give us a big effort again. Last
Group 3 of the season. Does he head back up to Chungfar after this race?
Yeah, most of them will be heading back there. Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of Chungfar, Skyfield, he was a hit-and-run raid from up there last time, and you're doing it again. When does he arrive back at Sha Tin?
He arrives back today. Yeah, he's been good. He's had a good prep for this. It was nice to see him with Blake the other day in the race. He was good. He was very tractable. He didn't pull, you know, he had him under control and just where we wanted him. Obviously now we're going to the 1400. If he can do that sort of behave that way, yeah, he's going to give it a big run, because he's always got a big sectional in him. And the case, you know, he's just got to understand that he's got to start to man up a little bit now and start to settle in his races. Once he starts doing that, then you're going to see a serious horse.
Has that taken a bit longer than you'd hoped for or expected?
Yeah, no doubt. I've been saying it. I've been going on for a while about it with this horse, but sometimes it is what it is. They just need a bit of time, a bit more racing experience, and then it starts to come. He seems to have taken a chill pill recently, so hopefully we're on the right track to having a serious horse for the coming season.
You do a lot of swimming with him. Is that just to look after his legs?
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you're in Hong Kong for any given period of time, you're always going to get some wear and tear on these tracks here. It's part and parcel of the game. But we know how to manage it. We know how to be on top of things, and yeah, we just want to get the best out of our horses all the time.
A lot of speed in this week's race. Both of your horses like to come from back in the field. Is it going to suit one more than the other, that anticipated speed?
Yeah, you'd always like pace on. Both horses can attack the line, as you've seen. A horse like Darcy, you know, I think he's going to run really well in this race. Like I said, even though he's coming back in trip, he's very, very honest. He does not know how to run a bad race. And, you know, again, it's one of those races where they can get a bit tricky. You know, you just need a little bit of luck in running. Both my horses are in good form. It's the end of the season. It's been a long season now. Everyone's getting tired. So the horses, you know, we just hope we can get one more good effort out of them.
That was Casper at track work on Friday morning, with Skyfield arriving back for this hit-and-run mission again. Let's break things down a little further, boys. We've seen these replays during the interview, but let's have a look at them again right now. This is the Lion Rock Trophy, Tom, and that's Sky Darcy. He's there on the outside in those familiar yellow and green colours. Healthy Happy pushes him all the way home. Massive run from Not Usual Talent. He's in beautifully at the weights again in Champions Way. What we didn't see from him was he did stumble coming out of the gates.
He certainly did. He was quite awkward away, but still picked himself up and ran on well enough for fourth there. It certainly wasn't a lay-down misère here for Sky Darcy, the Derby winner here last time out, because Healthy Happy really put up a fight. I was quite surprised how much Healthy Happy was able to fight back here. We know he's a tough horse, but he really gave Sky Darcy a fight over the final stages, Paul, but the Derby winner had the class on his side and was able to prevail.
Yeah, so he did just get his head in front there. Now they stepped back down to 1,400 metres. Both were coming back to 1,600 there, but I think the 1,400 will probably suit Sky Darcy just a little bit more, because he has performed well over the 1,400 in the past.
If you'd like to hear more from Alexi Bedell and his thoughts on Healthy Happy, he joined Leo Schlink and the team on Hong Kong Direct, and you can find that on hkjc.com. Click on audio and video, and Alexi Bedell with a detailed interview on Healthy Happy and his chances on Sunday. Sky Field, Paul, hit and run mission from Chung Fa arrives back just before race day. He meets Voyage Warrior again, and we heard Tom in the speed map mention Rattan closer and through on the fence, and he follows Voyage Warrior through down there on the rail.
Yeah, the Voyage Warrior was a really good run from him 2 starts ago when he was wide all the way behind Wellington, and then he was just a little bit slightly disappointing, I thought, in this run. Rattan, you say, stuck to the rails. It just took at Skyfield a little sort of time to clear traffic, and once he got out of that traffic, I thought he hit the line really strongly. So he's the one I'm definitely taking out of these three.
He's in it for a long way as Skyfield. Look at him attack the line there nicely over the final stages. Voyage Warrior trying 1,400 metres for the first time. I'm a little worried about that with him.
Been a busy season, Tom, for Lucky Patch. He lines up in this race as well, and Matthew Poon has had good success on the horse.
And he wasn't disgraced last time out in this race behind Naboo Attack. He was pretty much outside the leader. He just knocked up over the final last 100 or so, and he wanted to run around a little bit. Whether that was out under pressure or not, I'm not sure, but just wasn't straight and true over the last 50 or 60 metres. But he's a horse that's been there or thereabouts this season, Paul, with a couple of wins on the board. You can just see him there running out, causing a little bit of squeezing there late.
He did. He had to carry 133 too in that particular race. So he's going to come right down on the weights, which I think is good for him. And he's a real honest horse, Lucky Patch. He's been running well all season, as Tom said.
And that is Naboo Attack winning that race, and he looks like he is going to do a great job in Hong Kong. We're heading up to Chung Fa now, Paul, and this is Mighty Giant, who leads up in this trial. He's a proven horse over 1,400 metres. Neil Cullen gets back on board, and Neil rode him to victory 2 starts ago in the Group 2 Chairman's Trophy. Yeah,
it was a really good ride there from Neil, and it did beat Southern Legend, so a good form race. He sort of stole it from the front, did Mighty Giant. A little bit disappointing last time behind Golden 60, so they've sent him back up here to Chung Fa, and he's just had this nice quiet sort of maintenance trial up there. He's just done what he has to do. It's just whether he can carry the 133 and beat these young up-and-coming horses. I'm not so sure.
I don't think he can beat them, but I think he can run a race. This is a sort of trip, course and distance, 6 wins from 10 starts and 4 other minor placings. He's never been out of the top 4, so I think he's certainly in it as Mighty Giant. He was just disappointing at the elite level last time out.
And we stay up at Chung Fa now, Tom. Here's Buddies leading for home. Can you see any scenario where Buddies can cause a big upset in this?
If Zach was able to find the front potentially and to get away with some cheap sectionals, maybe, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to see out a quality field here, Paul.
No, I don't like him in this race at all. From barrier 10, he's got speed underneath him, tongue tie off. Not for me, Buddies. I think this is a little bit rich.
I wasn't overly enthused about the trial either. You can see he's been hard pushed over the final stages. So I know he's had 2 trials coming into this, a little bit of a freshen up, but I'm happy to leave him out.
OK, so that was Buddies. He does have a good record over 1,400 metres, but has struggled when he's been in that Group 3 previously. We need some selections for the second of the Group 3s, Paul.
Sky Darcy, I really like this horse. He won the Derby with a really good ride from Joe Moreira. He's got barrier 2, so we saw him the speed map sort of back on the outside. I don't know if exactly he'll be there from his barrier number 2, but there is a lot of pace in this race, Healthy Happy being one of those, so he will be in front of him early. Skyfield's got a good turn of foot, so if he can get out in the clear at the right time, I think he can finish off. And with a really light weight, I'm going to give Lucky Patch a chance as well. He's been so honest all season. 2, 8, 5 and 11.
On top for me as well as Sky Darcy. I think he's going to be tough to beat. Sky Darcy, horse number 2, 3.9 in the market at the moment for the Derby win. Had to really work for that win last time out, but I think he's going to be tough to beat here ahead of Healthy Happy. I think Mighty Giant can be right in there at the end, and so too Skyfield. Skyfield to try and course some distance for the second time. So 2, 8, 1 and 5.